So welcome everyone. My name is Shauna. I'm the marketing executive here at Vickerstock Recruitment. And on behalf of Vickerstock, we would like to welcome Sinead Whelan, who is the Irish Ambassador for the Lighthouse Club Construction Charity. So thank you so much, Sinead, for taking your time to speak with us today. We're also joined by our senior consultants in construction, Melody Humphreys and Brian Mitchell. So yeah, we'll definitely have some question and answers at the end. So if you have any questions, please feel free to put them into our chat box below. And again, please be advised, this chat is recorded. Okay, after you, Sinead.
Thank you so much, Shauna, and your amazing team for having me today. It's fantastic to be here to raise some awareness and to speak with your colleagues and your clients, but also the opportunity to speak to other people in our industry today. So I appreciate this is an open forum and there's some fantastic supporters here, but also people that would like to know a little bit more about what we do. It's an absolute honour to be with you today. My name's Sinead Whelan and I'm Charity Ambassador for the Lighthouse Club. It's an absolute privilege to have this role, and I look after the island of Ireland in my role. I'm going to start off, well, firstly, it's a 12-minute presentation with videos and statistics and some information on our industry, how we support the industry and all of our services. And I'll say if you have any comments, or please feel free to put it in the chat box, and we'd love to open up the floor to everybody at the end. But I'm going to start with a story of a family that we've supported. They have been affected by suicide, and it's been an honour to support them.
Everyone in construction knows the risks and rewards in our industry are great, but at times the stresses and strains of the workload are just overwhelming. Recently, our helpline took a call from a distraught mother of 3 young children. Her husband, who'd been working in the trade for 20 years, came home and went upstairs. He never came back down. He leaves behind a loving wife, 3 kids under 5, and a grieving family. We'll never know the reason he took his own life, but mounting debt would have almost certainly contributed. Our charity supports families with emergency financial assistance for food and utilities, helping clear their rent arrears to prevent homelessness and giving access to professional emotional support. The Lighthouse Club charity run a 24/7 construction industry helpline and app which provide access to emergency financial aid, mental health and wellbeing support, debt management and legal advice. Our mission is that no worker or family feels alone in a crisis. Unfortunately, cases like this are not uncommon, and the Lighthouse Club needs your support. We need your help today to continue to support our construction workers in crisis.
So this family have been supported by our professional casework team and given bereavement specialist support. There's some very shocking statistics from our industry that 2 construction workers every working day in the UK and Ireland take their own life. There's still a lot of work to be done to support the emotional well-being of everybody in our industry. So our mission as a charity is that no construction worker or their family should be alone in a crisis. This is our mission and vision. We've actually been around a really long time. We were established in 1956. We were working in Ireland in 1962. And we specialise in the welfare support of our industry, occupational advice and welfare, and helping with a variety of issues, everything from bereavement to housing benefits, helping people with professional therapy. We always help people with accidents and injuries and illnesses that, more traditionally people have been affected on site. but now we have such a broad remit and we specialise in the physical, mental and financial wellbeing. It was an absolute honour to support 2,400 families last year, and with a 70% increase in complex cases. So I say it's been a very, very busy time, but still the industry is absolutely massive, and we would absolutely love to help more people. But between the furloughing and all the disruption last year, and so, as I'm sure you'll appreciate, there's been a lot of families that needed support, and we would really like more people to benefit from our support, even though it's been very busy indeed. Our helpline number in Ireland was launched in the Republic for June 2020. So we've always helped in the Republic, but the helpline is new for many people. So we would absolutely love more people to call the number. So here are some statistics from the UK industry that reflect some of the issues going on in the industry more generally. I'll give you a second to read some of the statistics here, but everything from occupational cancer, accidents and injuries. So our industry, there's so many rewards, as you know, and there's so many fantastic things about being in the industry, but there's obviously risks as well. And one of the statistics there being that a fifth of all work-related illness is stress, anxiety and depression. But of course, suicides is the one that's very striking, and that we have to do a lot of work around. So the ways in which we're going to help the industry, and we do, are through proactive wellbeing. So these are some of our support services to help the industry. So firstly, we have our 24/7 confidential helpline. This is like a safety net and a free employee assistance program for the whole industry. Then we have our app called the Construction Industry Helpline, which I would love for you guys to take the opportunity, if you haven't already, to download it. So it's in Google Play or App Store. Give everyone a chance to actually get it on your phones, give us some feedback. And this is unbelievable app, kindly donated by Coins. It was developed in Ireland, and it has a geolocator in it. So whether you're in Belfast, whether in Donegal, Kerry, whether in Manchester and Cornwall, or all around Ireland and the UK, there's over 4,000 referral pathways for local support services, but also all the construction industry organisations and Irish charities, for example. It's all there for you. And you can find out more information, whether that's about diabetes or whether that's about anxiety or debt management. But it also has a tracker in it that you can also see how you're doing, and you can, check in with your mood, and essentially it can signpost you to support as well. So you'll get a text every day. It's like a mate in your pocket to just see, how you're doing, and then it's a good way of being proactive with your well-being. And we also do wellbeing training, where we've trained up for free in Ireland 100 free mental health first aider places, and we did the same for the UK about 2 years ago. But we have an amazing programme which everyone's welcome to come and be part of. Everything from construction specialist mental health first aid courses, awareness courses as well, half days, all done online, accredited. Also management mental health courses, and we have lots of wellbeing masterclasses as well. Everything from coping with COVID, anxiety, to bang on budget, dealing with money issues, writing your CV, or the recruiters in here might appreciate that, help at the interview, all the support around employability and training and wellbeing essentially. So that's all free and CPT accredited, so we'd be delighted for more people to do those courses. But the mental health courses have been extremely popular. We've trained a lot of people as instructors in mental health for the construction industry. So we hope to continue that, and it's been an absolute pleasure and privilege to be part of it, and making sure people are more confident spotting the signs and symptoms of mental ill health. Just so people also are aware of who we help, because that's quite important, because it's so broad. So of course, we want to get to every sole trader in Ireland, every self-employed person, everyone that doesn't already have a wellbeing programme, and that hasn't got things set up. It's even more important that they're aware that there is support for them. But we help allied trades, we help people retired in the industry, apprentices, family members, the supply chain, suppliers. It really is value everybody and that makes a contribution in construction, and hopefully can engage with our support. And we'd absolutely love to help more people. And this is a great opportunity to hopefully get the word out there that we really would love you to pick up the phone if we can help in any way. We'd be absolutely delighted. So we're part of this Building Mental Health programme, which is the specialist in mental health and wellbeing and in construction. And this is all about sharing resources and assets and making sure everybody has everything for a positive mental health culture in construction. And there's 5 steps which we would recommend. Some of the companies are doing this already, which is absolutely fantastic. But we want to help support people doing this completely for free, to share these resources with, there's no plagiarising. Firstly, it's signing the Building Mental Health Charter to show your commitment from senior management to say, okay, we're going to do whatever we can to support positive mental health culture, whether that's getting training, whether it's, there's lots of guidance there, but essentially showing that this is a priority for your organisation. The next one is having an employee assistance programme and access to that for all. Some people have an EAP already, which is superb, but again, we're additional support, complementary support to everybody in the industry. And some people don't have one, and we can be your employee assistance programme. But we just believe that it's good to have a variety of support, a toolbox of help, and you can engage with what you decide would be appropriate for you. Our support is completely confidential, that people can access 24/7 and for free. The next one is having open and honest conversations and toolbox talks if you're working in construction. I think that's so important. And we have the templates there as well, which we can share with people if they're beginning of their journey in terms of delivering toolbox talks. But it's a great opportunity to focus on mental health, check in with everybody, and making sure that the wellbeing is a big part of your health and safety strategy. The next one is delivering awareness training to people managers. And obviously, we're doing this course. It's all online, doesn't matter where you are. If you're in Down, if you're in Cork, you can access this online through us, and to spot the signs and symptoms. And we notice how many people would really like to be more confident in that area. So we would delight to deliver that course for you. And the next one is obviously having mental health first aiders or wellbeing champions on site. We get on particularly well with I'm Here. We're open. We understand that there's some fantastic wellbeing programs out there. But ideally, you would have people that are really passionate about mental health in those roles, and we can help deliver that course for you, all bespoke for construction as well. So do feel free to get in touch if that's something of interest, and that we'd love to get more people trained up to support each other. But equally, we want to support you, and we're actually putting the framework in place for developing that for wellbeing support for people that are providing support and signposting. So anyone that is a mental health first aider has the support there as well. And of course, people can call up our helpline too. So the big issue in construction, to reiterate, is very sadly the crisis we have in mental health. And you can see here how we've been comparing to the other industries and how it's broken down suicide, sadly, in the construction industry by different roles. Our Help Inside the Hard Hat campaign is an amazing opportunity to raise awareness, and we appreciate companies today, for example, Bennett's, who've put the posters up and who have promoted this awareness campaign. We would love more people to know that we're here for them, that there is help inside the hard hat, there is hope, and there is support out there. So we're asking if people can download the free materials, and they can adjust them to their companies and adapt how they feel appropriate, and then they can take a photograph and tag us, and essentially we just want to ensure more people know that we're there for them. So in terms of what you can do to help, obviously spreading the word is amazing. Really, really appreciate that. We're trying to get as many people to support as possible. And we have helpline cards and posters with all the Irish charities and construction industry organisations included in our helpline cards with their own telephone number as well, and our app details. Please make the most of the free training. It's all specialist for the construction industry. And of course, if you can support the charity, fantastic. We don't get any government funding. The way that we keep going is through the generosity of the industry, for the industry, by the industry. So companies can pledge annually a donation at their discretion and get all the free services from us. and a lot of appreciation. And by having some predictable income, some money coming in, that we can plan our services and help more construction families and provide financial support for them as well. People can also organise a fundraising event. Obviously, it has been a nightmare this year with COVID, but we hopefully be able to organise more exciting events in the future. So I really appreciate anyone considering us in the future. And we also will be organising fantastic events. So we have some of our volunteer committee in Ireland here today, and we're planning some amazing things next year for 2022. Open to ideas and suggestions and any extra hands to support us in arranging events. But we're really excited for that, and that should be a lot of fun, and networking opportunities, and a way to bring all the industry together to have some healthy camaraderie as well, and competition. So we have our golf as well. So not a physical golf club, but we have a club that you can organise golf and with your clients. And if that's something of interest to you, we happen to have that incredible resource. But we're also going to have lots of inclusive events too. If you can take anything away from this presentation, these are the 3 recommendations from the Samaritans: to ask twice, seek to be understood, seek to understand before you are understood, and always be kind. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sinead.
This is your chance.
I think Mel probably has a few questions.
No, thanks very much, Sinead. I think what I found really shocking was the suicide rate within construction. I've recruited in construction for years, and I know that mental health is a big talking point. A lot of companies are now putting a lot of emphasis on this, and there's a lot of charities we've supported with mental health, but I just didn't realise how high the statistic was. In terms of yourselves, you have some great tools and resources that you can give to companies that you've mentioned in terms of training. A big thing is, I suppose, from your side, what's the best way for you guys to kind of get yourselves, the marketing side from your side and getting awareness to the tools available? How have you been able to kind of reach out to companies from your side? And, that's something obviously we can help with in Northern Ireland, because I think that's maybe an area you want to push on with, but how have you been finding it? Is that something that you're maybe...
It's a great question, Mel, and I say it's such a big industry. And how do you get to the sole traders and self-employed people? I think if people are part of larger organisations, it can be easier sometimes to communicate with them, sort of tier 1, for example. But we want to speak to everybody, because everyone works together. The bigger companies have a massive supply chain and can showing leadership and that they can help the wider community. But absolutely, we really want to get the awareness out there, and whether it's doing webinars today, whether it's help inside the Hard Hat campaign, we know we've still got a lot of work to do to make sure people know we're there for them. But we're trying to reach out. I know whether it's calling companies, whether it's getting the helpline cards and posters. We're trying to be as innovative as possible with our marketing, but we're so grateful for opportunities today to actually include a wider audience. You kindly said we can invite who we wanted. So, for example, I've invited everyone I know involved in charities, in the Irish community, involved in construction. It's very much an open forum, and we want to work in partnership with everybody and to make sure we can get the word out there.
Yeah, fantastic. And obviously, I had a look at the app, so the app's fantastic. And what I noticed was that it actually targets some areas, if you needed support for, say, alcohol dependence, or, if you had maybe aches and pains or some sort of injury. What's the kind of feedback you're getting from the app? What are people enjoying or finding the most beneficial?
I think people are impressed by how much information there is there. That you can learn a lot more about so many different issues. It's very interactive and colourful, and there's great videos on it. I think people are surprised what resource is so specific for the construction industry. So it's probably a pleasant surprise that it does exist. But people also love that the app kind of checks in with you to see how you're doing. So it's you always have almost like having someone there for you when you need to. And I think that people like the fact that it's you can be proactive in your well-being, and you can do it in private, confidentially. You can explore the options. Would you like to speak to different organizations, and like I say, learning about the wealth of resource out there it's a good starting place. Like I say, if people can do training to be more educated and be more confident spotting signs and symptoms, and also have a proactive wellbeing tool like the app, so they're hopefully keeping on top of their wellbeing. It's a good proactive resource, and I think that people appreciate that's there for them.
Great. I know the app is great, so I can't wait to kind of get a bit more delved into the app and see everything it has, and certainly try and encourage a lot of people to download it within our own networks. You mentioned like some events that you are planning for 2022. So obviously, like with COVID, maybe a few things got pushed back. Other than golf, is there anything else coming up or anything that you kind of want to make us aware of?
Yeah, so we have an amazing committee, and Sarah Murphy from iQuest, who has her own events company, is going to be leading our events. So with our volunteers, and we the success we have in the UK, which is flagship construction gatherings. Everyone wants to be part of it. We want to replicate it in the island of Ireland, and historically we did incredible events. We had committees in Belfast, Cork and Dublin, and Galway over the years, and we were very famous for our gatherings and get-togethers. We would love to do something similar in the future. We have one committee working closely together for the island of Ireland, just to be as successful and to work collaboratively as best as possible. So we'd love you to come to the events in the future. Obviously, we will let people know. We'll have them on our website and everything in the future. We're doing a bike ride from Leitrim to Killarney with a big gala dinner in Kerry. So that would be lovely to go back to my family from Kenmare. So I'm really excited for that. And we're just really open to ideas and suggestions, really, to what people would like to do. But there will certainly be Christmas events, summer events, and we hope to pull all our resources together and have a great time. Have a great time for a good cause.
Great. Hopefully COVID permitting, restriction permitting this year.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think somebody had put a question in to the.
No, there's some thank you messages there on behalf of the Construction Industry Federation, and that was from John, and then Charlene also saying a big thanks. So, and Derek there as well. So, but yeah, I think that's, if anyone has any more questions, you can feel free to even ask it through here. But
it'd be great to stay in touch as well, everyone. Of course, like I say, feel free to share my details and reach out, whether it's on LinkedIn or via my email, Sinead.whelan@lighthouseclub.org. Feel free to give us a call, whatever's needed to support the construction community on the island of Ireland. We're here to help, and we would love people to come forward. If there's anything people need, please pick up the phone to the helpline. We would absolutely love to support you. If people have any ideas or want to get behind the charity, whether it's awareness or raising funds, incredibly grateful. So please let me know what you have in mind and any suggestions. I'm 100% dedicated to this, and I say just really appreciate the opportunity to speak with all of you. And there's so many passionate people about wellbeing in the audience. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to working closely with everybody.
Well, Sinead, thank you so much for your time today. It's been really beneficial, really interesting, really eye-opening. This particular video will be posted on our website should anyone on the chat today want to show it to any of your colleagues or workforce. And again, as Sinead mentioned, do get in touch with her if you have any more questions. But yeah, on behalf of Vicarstock again, Sinead, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mel, for taking your time as well to join us. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your Thursday.